Terrible morale, angry staff members, and unions that want to break down doors. No organization intentionally sets out to create a culture of distrust and anger. When leadership sets off with nefarious intent, or purely to cost cut, you can bet your internal process improvement team will struggle to ever show benefits again. Welcome to Unstuck, our series on how to create thriving internal process improvement teams. Keeping your process improvement team winning instead of spinning. Recently in our series, we've been diving deep into the 4 cardinal sins of process improvement, the toxic organizational behaviors that result in our process improvement teams failing to thrive. In the last episode, we discussed the negative impact that adhering too close to tradition can have on your team. Today, we are going to talk about how process improvement teams are impacted when leadership uses their work to cut heads and costs, or when leadership uses process improvement with nefarious intent. Building a healthy internal process improvement team is about creating trust, developing relationships, and giving safe spaces to people so that there are benefits for all. Let's talk more about why it's harmful when internal process improvement teams focus on layoffs and cost cutting. First, it creates a culture of fear, not improvement. When people associate Lean, Six Sigma, or process improvement with job loss, they become resistant to change, guarded about sharing ideas or inefficiencies, and afraid to participate in improvement activities. Instead of engaging in continuous improvement, teams start hiding problems to protect themselves. Why would I show you how to do my job more efficiently if it might eliminate me? Second, it damages trust and morale. When improvement projects result in layoffs or cost-cutting without reinvestment, employees see process improvement professionals as tools of executive downsizing that are detached from day-to-day realities. This erodes morale, creates a toxic work environment, and stalls future improvement efforts. Third, it undermines long-term business performance. Short-term cost-cutting may impress a CFO, but it often leads to burned-out staff, declining service quality, loss of institutional knowledge, and missed innovation opportunities. Over time, customer satisfaction drops, turnover increases, and process improvement becomes a dirty word. True process improvement is not about cutting heads, it's about freeing up capacity, removing frustration, and enabling excellence. When it is done well, it improves how people work, delivers better customer experiences, and enhances business sustainability. The goal isn't fewer people. It's fewer broken processes. If your internal process improvement team has made the mistake of using process improvement for nefarious means, then it might be time for a rebranding. Start leading with purpose, not fear. Frame improvement efforts around making work better, not cheaper. Emphasize employee experience, customer satisfaction, and strategic growth. Make it clear that efficiency gains will be reinvested, like into upskilling, innovation, and expansion. Start including staff in the process. Involve frontline workers in problem solving. Give them a voice in redesigning workflows. Recognize and reward contributions to improvement. These investments in staff build trust, ownership, and empowerment. Don't just measure the money. Track and communicate metrics like reduction in rework or frustration, increased capacity to serve more customers, employee engagement in improvement, and customer satisfaction. This shows that people, not just profits, matter. At the end of the day, it is important that the internal process improvement leader for your organization always push back when leadership wants to use them to negatively impact staff. We can acknowledge, however, that in business sometimes it is required to take on cost-cutting activities. If this is the case, it is always better to hire an outside consultant that utilizes their own data and completes their own independent review. Let them be the bad guy and don't allow their project to negatively impact your program. If an outside consultant isn't available, use an internal team unrelated to your process improvement program. Remember, process improvement isn't about eliminating people, it's about eliminating barriers. Professionals who center their work on making work better build organizations that are smarter, stronger, and more sustainable. Those who weaponize improvement for layoffs? They may win the short term, but they destroy the long-term culture needed to sustain it. Next time, join us as we begin discussing the 6 essential elements for creating high-performing process improvement programs. Check out beautifulopportunities.com for more support on your process improvement journey. And as always, happy improving.